I'm going to take ball Pilates workout. Pilates, as you know, focuses on art of breathing. So every exercise I do would focus a lot on where to inhale, where to exhale, and we would be doing all the moves, all the exercise with this Swiss ball. It's called gym ball or Swiss ball or exercise ball, and if you know, it can withstand about 600 pounds of weight. It's been proven, tested to do that. And I'm going to take ball Pilates now. We're warming up by simply lightly bouncing on it. Our knees are directly over the toes. They're aligned. Every time I exhale, I'll suck my navel in so that the spine is straight, my core muscles, the core board is stabilized, transverse abdominis comes in action. Bounce. Little pelvic tilts that I'm going to do is hold it there, very light move, just tuck the pelvis down under, neutral, and take it back. I'll show you how it goes. This is a neutral, tuck it down under, the knees do not move, neutral again, tuck it back. Again, neutral, tuck it, neutral again, and back. Warming up the pelvic girdle and back. Now inhale up, exhale, back to the center, exhale, back to the center. Now the more advanced movers getting the feet closer. The beginners who are not very comfortable with the ball, they would automatically keep a wider grip so that they are comfortably sitting, balancing on the ball. The ball being unstable in nature, that's why it works the core muscles. Before engaging in any new activity, you must consult your physician or take the help of a trainer who would guide you properly for a workout. Again, center and center again. One more time, please. Center. Now I'm going for a saw. The move is called saw. You inhale up, stretch out one leg, exhale. Reach for the opposite, ankle the baby finger, and up. Again reverse, inhale, exhale, and inhale up. Exhale, inhale up, pull up the shoulder blades, the scapula behind you. I do not mean that you take the arms behind you, the arms stay in level, the scapula are pulled back, adducted back. Again I go, straight up, sit tall. Again, the movement is called saw. It's taken from a move in Pilates. Again, this is called saw. I'm twisting my spine, working on my lower back, also on my obliques here. And while doing this, straightening up one leg, my hamstrings are also getting stretched. And up. A mermaid stretch. Guys, are you there with me? Are you enjoying the workout? It's different. And you take a mermaid stretch to the side. And up. Again, sit tall. Take it to the side. Let me see how you all are looking. Very nice, very nice. And again, going back to the center. Again to the side. Stretching the side of your waist. Yes. Very good. And up, sit tall. Sit tall. Yes. Shoulder blades relaxed. Knees straight over the toes, aligned. Yes, there you are. And bend. Bend. Very good. Without rolling the ball down under. And now we go down on the mat go down. We're starting with single leg circles. We lie down, our legs are on the ball. Press them into it. Can you please be on that side and ball be on this side so that I can also see you? That's better. Looking good. I'm going for single leg circles. One leg is out. I'm going to draw a circle, stabilizing the ball on this leg. This leg is not going to move when I move. It's not this move. That's incorrect. Stabilizing my heel into the ball, I draw a circle, inhale for half, exhale, pull the navel into the spine. Nice, beautiful round circles. Again, and reverse. Feeling the stretch in your legs? Other side, reverse. Switch the leg. Draw a circle with your toe and reverse it. Again. One more. And now going to roll up. Pick up the ball. Lie down straight. Just take the ball overhead and bring it up. Just a preparation for a roll up. This is the way you do sit up, but it's a very controlled movement. Again, overhead, bring it up. Watch it now. Take it overhead. Just watch it. I inhale and exhale and I sit tall, bend there, inhale and go back, one spine, one vertebra rolling at a time. Again. Now make sure your feet do not lift up when you lift up. If you do not have enough strength, you would be doing an incorrect move where your feet would also move up something like this and then you would be able to lift up. That's incorrect, but this means your lower abs do not have enough strength to get up. Slowly you will be getting that. Again, inhale. Sit tall. Inhale. Roll down. One spine at a time and go back. Let me watch you all doing it once for me. Again, inhale, exhale, and go back. Now inhale, go back and hold. Hold it here for 3, 2, 1, and down. Again, inhale, exhale and roll up. Inhale, start moving back. Inhale and hold it to your point of control. Just at a point where you feel you're about to fall down. And down, one vertebra at a time, slow and controlled. In Pilates, our moves are very slow, very controlled, very focused, and flowing. Again, very nice. And hold for 3, 2, and down. Very nice. Very nice. Now what you're going to do is take the ball in your leg. Take the ball in your leg, lie down, bring it up and bring it down. Be careful. Bring it up and down. Again up. And this time, lift, 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 and take it back. Slowly, one vertebra at a time, rolling down, down, and down. One more time we go. Yes. Okay, inhale. There you are. Squeeze in the abs. And roll down. Down, 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 down. Now this time you're going to come on your elbows. Come up on your just elbows. We're sitting on the elbows. Taking the ball up. Taking the ball up. Twist. Center. Twist, shoulder blades relax. Center. And center. And center. Good job. And relax. Lie down. Pilates breathing also teaches us relaxation. Take a ball. Take a ball. Keep it on your abs. Breathe into it. The ball would go up and down. Relax. The second way to relax would be just to lie prone on the ball with your abdomen on the ball. I'll show you that later on. Right now you just move up like a crunch, go down. Again move up and down. Again. And go down. Let me see you all doing that. That's very nice. That's a crunch. That's nice. Again up. Very slow, very controlled. Very nice. And down. Exhale up. Pull the navel into the spine. Contract. And inhale down. Excellent. Excellent. Make sure the chin does not go towards the chest. That's how your cervical spine would start getting the pain. So imagine there's a cricket ball between the chin and the chest. Excellent, excellent. Breathe out. Exhale. Chin, there's a cricket ball. Oh yes. Good job. And now we're going to do some back extension exercises. Can we all go near the wall and do it? Yes, please come with me. And we're going to do some back extension exercises here, near the wall. I place my feet near the wall just to get some balance. After you've got enough strength, enough balance, you can do it simply on the mat. And I extend my arms up and down. This is again an advanced move. For the beginners, you can even place the hands under the chin and go up and down. But right now, we all go with the hands in front. Gracefully, nicely, up and down. Take it up and take it down. And down. Again, exhale up. Pulled in. You're working on a back, strengthening the back. Back extension exercises. In case you want to overload it, you can have weights in the hands. Inhale, exhale. Inhale and exhale. Hold it there and rock. 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 I'm walking. I want to cover a lot of distance, maybe 1 kilometer. No? Yes. Why not? Oh, yes. See how these boys are exerting? It's like a moonwalk. I'm walking and reaching nowhere. Oh, yes. Where do you want to reach? Oh, yes, he's very tired. So, as I told you, we can relax on the ball lying prone. Just roll over it. Back to the center. Roll. Back. Again roll. And back. Let's go back to our mat. Do the same relaxing exercises. Go back to the mat. There we are. Relax on your ball. It's lovely. It feels very good when you relax on the ball. Breathe into it. Breathe. Sleepy? Are you sleepy? I know it's really relaxing to sit on the ball, to breathe into it. Your stomach, abdomen presses into the ball, presses out. It's like a massage for your abdominal muscles. Let's stretch a little bit. Stretch. You lie down. Take the legs out, feet joining each other, and bring the ball in closer to you. You're stretching your inner thigh muscles. Hold it there. Now press one heel into the ball and take the leg up. Without arching the back. At no point you should arch or hyperextend your back. And the other side. And down. Now sideways we stretch. Take the ball to your side. To your side. Cross one leg in front. Take the arm overhead. Feel the stretch in your side. Again. And up. This time you can drop one knee which is close to the ball. Drop it down. Keep the hand there. Now stretch and up. T stretch because my body is forming a T. We have to do it on both the sides. But before that, I'll do a psoas stretch for the iliopsoas. Keep the ball there. And one leg goes in front. Sit against the ball. My iliopsoas, which are the hip flexors, that's what is getting stretched. You do the stretch on both the sides, both the legs. And work on the both the sides. Have a balanced body. Generally we see our right side is stronger than the left. It's essential to work both the sides of the body. So this was our Pilates workout for today. Come and sit on the ball. This was our Pilates workout where we did all parts of our body, especially focusing on the art of breathing. I'll be seeing you next time. Till then, bye-bye.
Welcome back. Hope you've enjoyed your funky workouts. But friends, always remember to take a go-ahead from your family physician before you start your aerobic workouts. And always perform these exercises under the watchful eyes of a qualified instructor. Let's move to the next segment of the program and meet our expert dietitian Kumit Khanna and get some valuable guidelines on a diet intake.
Now, you see that with everybody going out to work, there is not that much time available with the housewife to prepare food, fresh food all the time for 3 meals in a day. So, we have to depend upon outside food. And some of the foods that we eat from outside, we consider them as, we call them as fast foods. Why we call them as fast foods? By definition, it means that the turnover is fast, they are already prepared, and within a few minutes they'll be served to you. But what is happening is that in these fast foods there is too much of fat. That is one thing. Then sometimes preservatives are used. salt could be one of them. And mainly there are fat, carbohydrates, little amount of protein. Those are Indian fast foods like samosas and puri aloo, bature chane and things like that. And now with all these multinationals coming in, we have all the Western type of fast foods also available, burgers, pizzas, and these kinds of things. Now they have another problem. They are not only high in fat, they are high in saturated fats, and they are very high in protein, and the salt content is high. So they are very calorie dense foods. And if we eat those foods, naturally we will get too much calories in the form of energy, and then you tend to put on weight by eating too much of those foods. And what they are lacking in is fresh fruits and vegetables, which provide us with all the minerals, vitamins, fiber, which is very much needed by the body, as well as fruits and vegetables are, we say, nutrient dense and not calorie dense. So for the balanced diet, we have to have the calories from carbohydrate, fats, proteins, as well as the minerals and vitamins. So the diet does not remain balanced if we are only depending on fast foods. But even there, we find that there are a number of choices which are available. We don't make the correct choice. If we go to a fast food center and we order only a Coke and a burger, that's not a good choice. But if we order a salad and a milkshake or a fruit juice, that will be a better choice. So it's not that all fast foods are bad. Even if you consider the vegetable pizzas, they are much better choice over the meat pizzas that they are available. Also have them with a glass of fruit juice or with milkshake, rather than having it with French fries or with carbonated beverages.
In the celebrity section today, we introduce you to one of the stars of Indian cricket. He is Maninder Singh. Let's know from him what it takes to perform better at the highest level of cricket.
Well, let's be very honest. When you're playing the game, you really don't bother whatever you eat because you're sure that you're going to burn it out the next day. And when you're not playing the game, you know that you're not going to burn it out. And if you have to burn it out, it's going to take a long, long time. So when you're playing the game, the exercises that you got to do is you have to strengthen your muscles because you have to carry on for say 8, 10, 12, 15 years. And then one day games that have come in now, you know, like India plays around 35 to 40 in a year. You've got to be extra fit. So strengthening of the muscles is very important. Agility, absolutely important. One day games, you've got to be very agile, very alert. So both these kind of exercises are important when you're playing the game. Alongside them, any kind of diet can do. But once you stop playing the game, the diet has to come under control because you can't exercise as much as you were during your playing days.
That's all we have in this episode of Fitness First. Hope you enjoyed the program. Folks, if you have any queries or suggestions regarding the program, please do write to us at Fitness First, DD Sports, CPC Doordarshan, Asian Village Complex, New Delhi 110049. We will be back tomorrow with new aerobic workouts and of course we'll bring you expert guidance. And don't miss to watch out the celebrities section where we bring you all valuable advice from them. Till then, from the entire team of Fitness First, bye.
You're watching DD Sports.